Hello, my crafty friends. Got a little too zoomed in here. Just a second. Sorry about that. Okay, that's a little better. On part one, I showed you some of these different cards that I made out of old book pages and clothing tags. And so, and then we made some, just the beginning stages of putting the paper on, so you can still see the tag on the back of that one, because I'm going to put it down. It's not going to be where anybody can see the back of it. Some of them, like this one, I left place for somebody to draw or write or whatever they want to do. Um, we made some envelopes out of those extra button envelopes. Made 3 of those. And so right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to decorate these. But I thought of something else that I wanted to do. And I didn't think about it until after I'd already done these. So I'm going to set these aside and set those aside. We may or may not use those. Oh, I didn't get me any tags. Let me see what I can grab here. Just a second. Sorry about that. Wasn't as prepared as I thought it was. Well, I can't find my my clothing tags I've been repurposing, but we'll repurpose these. These were on some fabric I got at the thrift store. And so we'll do these the way I was going to do the others. What I'm going to do is just find some text. And I'm going to do one of them from this. And then we'll do one of them from this book, because I really like that too. This text is out of a work basket. Okay, let's see if there's a certain color that'll work better. Let's just do that blue. Okay. So I'm just going to take this, and we're going to glue it just like that. And then we will come back and work on this after it's had time to dry. Okay, we're just going to put that right down on there. Well, I really mashed that glue good, didn't I? I wanted to make sure I got enough glue. See, and I still missed the place right there. Go further than you think you need to. Especially on something like this where you're got extra paper that you're planning to sacrifice already. All right. We'll just set that one up here and let it dry. And we're going to do the same thing with this book page here. Ooh. This is a little bit more fragile paper. Okay, boy, once it's down, though, it wants to stay put. Oh, I did it backwards. I really wanted to cover up this side so the other side could be written on, but it's too late now. All right. We'll set that one up there and let it dry too. Okay. I also wanted to show you, I told you that I was going to put bells. This is some yarn that I spun, and it's wool and silk and other fibers blended together, and then I spun it, and then I plied it with a silver thread. So it kind of gives it this texture, which I think is cool. Plus, it puts some sparkle in it. But I wanted to put some bells on it, and I couldn't find my bells. But when I was at the thrift store yesterday, I found some bells, and they gave me a bunch of bells. Most of them were too big, but these were the right size for what I wanted. And they gave me a bunch of them for a quarter. So I just took them all. I'm sure I can find something to do with those big ones. But I got to get these apart first. They really put these together. Okay. The hard part is going to be stringing that yarn through this little bell plate piece. Well, let's see if we can do it the easy way or if we have to do it the hard way. No, we're going to have to use, I've got one in here somewhere. Let me find it. Here we go. Oops, not that. I should have got this stuff out. Sorry, y'all. Okay. This is so you put floss through a bridge, but it works well for this kind of thing. And I'm going to go ahead. No, I don't think I will. Maybe it'll come through. Okay, we'll see. We'll just slide that through there and pull this yarn through. There we go. And then we're going to tie them at different lengths. May have to tie 2 or 3 knots to get it to be thick enough not to come back through the bell. There we go. Okay. I'll decide later if I want to cut off the extra fuzzy bits or if I want to leave it on. I'm planning to do a video on how I mix wool and silk and different fibers together to make fun art bats. I'm planning to do a video about that soon. If you would like to see a video about how to mix wool and silk and stuff on the drum carder to spin it into bats, just let me know. So if nobody comments about that, then I'll know that maybe nobody's interested. I know this is, most of you are not spinners and weavers, so you might not be interested, but it's really fun. It's a really fun thing to do, and I thought you might enjoy seeing it. Well, right now I've just got 3 separate little knots instead of getting them into one knot that's going to actually do something. There we go. The wool's kind of flopping off to the side there. Okay. We've got 2 more here real quick. Oh, these came off easier. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So there's 3. One more. I'm excited to have some of my hand spun yarn in the journal. That'll be fun. Okay. There we go. Jingle bells. It says Dainty Bells on it, so I thought that was appropriate. Okay. And I've kind of shown you these in the last one. So I'm going to get them out of the way, and we're going to work on these. Try to get them to a state where they're usable. The first thing that I do with them is ink around them. And that's, and there, you can do it with different colors. I've done it with red, with blue, green. And this is a copper, which I love. And one of my books is going to have a lot of blue and copper in it, even pink, but I'm not going to use that for this. Okay. And I'm lazy, so I don't bother using these things just to edge stuff. I just take the because it's fast and easy and edge it. And sometimes I go ahead and kind of lay it down so it puts some ink, you know, where it kind of, you know, is brushed up there on purpose. Messy on purpose. And then we'll, after we get them inked, we'll just set them aside. And I think I'll do green on that one. Or maybe blue. Let's see. Let's set on some glue. Yeah, let's go ahead and do green. I just like the way that one touch makes it look finished, even if you don't do anything else to it. And okay. See, I'm going to do this one with green also, even though it's not the same. I'll come back and add some blue to it, and that'll make it look a little bit better. Oh, I got some right on there. Oh, well. I like the combination of the blue and green together. It doesn't look really like either one, but it looks nicer than black. So when you got the wrong kind of green, sometimes that helps. Oh, I dripped. Huh. I didn't realize that was splashing ink everywhere. Oh, that's kind of sad. I guess I need to do this one in green since I've got green all over it. I didn't realize it would do that. All right, I'll put that one up there. Let's do this one in the red. I just realized my sepia is not in there, and I really like to have it to make it look, you know, even older. Where did I probably used it and then I didn't put it back where these were. Give me 1 second to look for it. If I don't find it, we'll just move on and not worry about it. Okay. Well, I don't see it, so we're just gonna pretend like they don't need that touch. Um, trying to think if there's something else I could use instead. Just I've got this StazOn. It's a lot darker than the Sepia, so I will use this thing here. Now let's see if we can get it to. Just grunge it up a little bit more. It almost looks coffee stained when you do it with this one. That's okay. That's cool. Well, let's see if we can get the inside of this to. Okay, that's better. And now then I'm going to take the red and kind of go around it some. And I went ahead and did both sides of this one because I'm not sure if I'm going to actually glue it down or if I might hang it or tip it in or what. And I just wanted to give myself options. So when you get both sides doctored, you've got options. Options are good. Okay. Here's another one. And I think, I think I'm going to try going over it with the copper. I don't know if how it'll look, if that'll be good or bad. You can see it gives it a metallic kind of sheen. Okay, let's go ahead and do in there best we can. It's kind of hard to get down in there. I should have done that first, but I didn't think about it. Let's go ahead and do around the edges a little darker. Okay. And on this side, just for kicks, I'm going to do the same thing, just going over it a little bit with the red, just so it'll be a little bit different on this side. All right. So there's that pocket. And once again, I don't know if I'm going to use it or if this side will be glued down, but I'm prepared either way. Okay, we got these two more and this one. And this one I want to edge with the brown. I think that's all I'm going to do to this one because I think it's going to end up being a tuck spot or a belly band or something like that. So we're not going to worry too much about it. And I'm going to do this one with the green. Just because I did the other one with the same print, I did it with red. Okay, there's that. Let's stick that up there too. And then we've got this one more little pocket that I need to ink some way. And this one I did plan to glue down, so I didn't do anything on the back of it. And I think I'm going to plan on putting it in the December daily journal. That's so I'm going to do it with the blue, because most everything in that's a kind of a blue thing, which I like. I like almost everything that people do with Christmas as far as decorating and stuff, all the different color schemes. I like them all. But this year I'm partial to blue. We go on a year-by-year basis. Okay. Okay. We've got those all edged. Now we're going to come back and take the paper off of this. And I'm just going to tear it off because it's such delicate paper. At least this is delicate enough. It'll come off pretty easy. And I prefer the kind of rough edge. Except for right there, it's going to have a naked corner. So we're going to have to. But I think with what I'm going to do next, it won't matter if it has a naked corner. Okay, but on this one, I'm going to go ahead and put something on the back because I intended to have a blank space to write on, and I don't now. So I need to put something on the back that will allow me to write on it. Let me look real quick, just a sec. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to use this part right here. Save the pretty parts for something else. And like I said, I'm going to save the pretty parts for something else. So I'm going to just go like that. I'm going to, it says Mary. I think I'm just going to leave that on there if I can get it to be on there, because that's Christmas appropriate. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we put this down. Let's go a little bit crooked. There we go. Okay. All right, we'll let that one dry while we work on this one. If you put your finger underneath it and kind of push up with your finger, it kind of naturally tears along the edge. And that's very handy when you want not a perfect edge, but, you know, not a perfectly cut edge, but you want it to be pretty defined. It works pretty well, see? Okay. Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to put one of these over the top of that. Now, isn't that just beautiful? I really love that. Now I'm trying to decide. I didn't really want the wire on there. So I think I'm going to very carefully just trim the wire off. Just the wire off. I think that's far enough. Let's see, where did that go to? Right there. Is that long enough? Yeah, okay. I'm left-handed, so I always want to cut from this side. It's just easier for me. Okay. There's some little wires. Get rid of those. Okay. Now we're going to glue this down, and then we will trim this off. Do I want the... Yeah, I want the glitter up. Okay. So once again, we're going to put glue all over this, and then we're just going to press that down and hope it'll stay. I think it might, because the mesh, I think, will hold on to the glue if I get it pretty thick. Okay. Let's move it over here. Uh-oh. We went off a little bit. Hope that won't mess it up. Let's try again here. Okay. Now then, let's go ahead and trim this off. Okay. And we're going to punch the hole in it, back in it. And I'm going to go from this side because I can see from this side. Uh-oh, it's got a lot of paper built up in it. I didn't know you had to. Okay, there we go. Probably because I did something like this with glue. Okay, there's my tag. I just really think that turned out nice, and it was really easy to do. Okay, let's see if this one's dry enough. I wasn't thinking when I did this on this edge about trying to get this torn off. If you're just patient, you can usually make it look good. This old paper tears pretty easy, so that helps. Uh-oh. I didn't let it dry enough, and so that place it tore kind of inside instead of outside. Just lift it up from underneath with your finger. Okay, and there's the back now. And I didn't think about this other one. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. I think I want to ink the back of that. So now you can see from the back that I didn't get it perfect, but it looks better from the front like that. So I'm just going to leave it. And from the back, it'll just look that way. And I'm just going to kind of do just a little swipe over it so it looks like I cared about that side. We want it to look like I cared about that side. I know it doesn't look like I care about my ink pads, but they're tools. And however they serve me the best, that's how I'm going to use them. So, okay. And then I've got another one like this. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I also have this one, which I really like, but it's really too narrow for this tag. So let's and I'm going to, once again, I'm going to go ahead and take off that little wire. Trying to stay as close to that wire as I can. For one thing, I need the width, and for another thing, the only thing I want to get rid of is the wire. So I want it to look as uniform as it can. Okay. And I need my glue book. Okay. Let's move this over here, where hopefully there's not any glue underneath it. I'm going to put this right on against the bottom. Okay, scoot it back over here. I went too far with it. Well, you can feel the glue come up through that, so it. There we are. I'm going to go ahead and trim this. There we go. There's another pretty tag. I'm not much of one to buy these kinds of ribbons. I don't really use them like to decorate the house or anything. But when I saw them, I just thought, hey, you can see right through that. That'll look great on book text. so I'm going to play with it as many different ways as I can on book text. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go back through this one. And it's got something on both sides, so I'm going to have to kind of guess where the hole is here. There, I made a divot in it, so maybe that'll help. Okay. And there's that one. Okay. I'm really liking those. That's something else you can do. Oh, I need to do something on the back of this one too. This one has some green in it, so I think I'll do just rub around on the back of it like I did that other one, only with green. Okay, and then we'll just do a little bit of a swap. You don't want to do too much because you still want to be able to write on it and see, but something that's festive. Alrighty. And now then we want to add some beads and stuff to some of these. And I was thinking about trying to cluster some of them. I'm not sure exactly how that'll work. I thought it would be fun to put a little bit of lace, between them, like maybe just on the back of this one. I'm not sure. I do want to add this to one of them. And I'm going to do something in here too, because it says Lyle and Scott. Lyle and Scott really don't have that much to do with Christmas. I could just glue that right in there. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Easy peasy fix. Okay. Let's put this button right there. Let's put it right over Lyle and Scott. Make sure it's down in the bottom. It was kind of catching on this lip, and I'm afraid it wouldn't stick down. That glue will hopefully disappear soon. We could hang it like from that. Or we could put it up here, and then we could hang the whole thing. See, we could also put it on here, decorate that up. This is kind of decorative as it is, and we could use it as a tuck spot and just tuck this inside it. And then that way that would work together, kind of like I was wanting it to do. We could even put this above it when we put it in the book, and tuck it in like that. So that could all work together. I think that's my plan. So how are we going to get this on here so that it'll stay put? We could glue another button on top of it, or we could sew a button on top of it. And then we could actually stick this in there if we wanted to and do it like that. Okay, let's worry about this right now and get this sewed on there, because I think that's what I do. I want to sew it on there. Let me find a needle and thread. Here's the needle. It's kind of huge though. Here's a smaller one. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use the gold thread. If I can thread the needle. There we go. Okay. Tie a knot in it. Oh, my hands look gross. They've got ink and glue. It's a really ugly mix. I may overdo it on my knots, but I like to make sure that I'm not going to have. Okay, we're going to start down in here and come up from under there. And then we're going to put this on. And the button. And let's go through the button there. Ow. Ow. Don't poke yourself. That's not fun. Okay, let me pull this back up because I want it to be up here so I can hang it on my page from this. And I want that knot to be down. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it takes some finagling. These things came off of some of these tags, these clothing tags. They were on there, you know, extra buttons and that's part of what makes it fun is to use, you know, use the extra. Let's see, how did that go? I'm making a mess here. Okay, how did it go? Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. We didn't get around the outside of that one. So let's see if we can do it this time. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Got to try to go from the side you're on. Otherwise, you wrap around and that looks ugly. You can tell I don't sew a lot anymore. Okay. I like that. Okay. We're just going to do that like that. There we go. Isn't that cute? That makes me happy. So let's put that one back up there. And I think we were going to use these just like they are with that one. So I'm going to put them like this as a tuck spot. Yeah, I really like that combination. So I'm going to put those together. I need a paper clip or something so I won't forget that those belong together. Okay. Say, I know I have some paper clips here. There we go. We'll put those together so we won't forget. And I still like the idea of some lace. We've got these two. I think I want to glue some lace right there. And I've got this little bitty lace. If I can find the end of it. Here we go. Okay. Let's do a little bit of this glue. Yeah. Isn't that where I wanted it? Yes. Okay. Sometimes you have to rethink your plan because, it's kind of like when you're building something, carpentry, measure twice, cut once. Well, that's kind of the way it is with your mixed media stuff. You plan it and check it out and recheck it. Okay. So there's some lace behind that. See if we can get it to be more even. I need to add some more glue because I took all that glue off with my fingers. Okay. And let's just kind of rub that glue in a little bit. All right. And we will let that dry. And then we're going to attach it to this. And then that can be a pocket. I'm wondering if I want to put something like this, just a piece of that. I might want to put this over that. No, but I might stick a piece from behind here. I don't know. Let's trim, see how long is that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off all of this gold edge because that's not what I want. I want it to be soft. Like that. See? That'll go on here. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's glue that down too. Okay, now we're going to have to let that dry before we do anything else. Okay. But when it dries, we're going to attach it right there. Well, actually, I could probably go ahead and attach it right now. Just glue it down right there. I'm not sure I like that edge, though. Or I could just put it on the page like this and stick that inside. So you don't have to decide right now. See, that's the thing. Just put them together, and you can decide how you want to deal with it later. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll make that decision later because I don't know what I'm going to feel like on the day when I'm working with it. And where's the end of this? Okay, right here. I'm going to cut off some of this lace and just tuck it inside. Tuck it inside here because I might add some more lace to it. That way it's ready to use. Just like that. Okay, so there's that one. And then we've got these. And while I think I may tuck this little book in here, I may not. I may tuck this in there. And I may tuck something completely different in there. Um, I don't know, but I do know that's just gonna be a tuck spot, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I think I want to um, add a button or something to this one. I've got some of this, which might be fun. Let's see if we can. Let's tie it in a little bow here. Let's spread it out first. Okay, now that I'm just going to do it like that, because then I can come back and spread it out however much I want to. Ah, tore it. That's not good. Let's scoot our bow down here a little bit. I might change my mind about this completely. It might be too bulky for this, but you don't know until you play with it some. It's easily torn, as I can have proven to you right here. When you play with this, don't be in a hurry. Don't be trying to do a video and be in a hurry. Okay, well, I like that idea. I don't care for the execution too much, so let's try again. Well, let's just forget about plumping it up and do it like this, and then just maybe spread out the bottom part and not the bow itself. It's hard to get this stuff to tie a bow that'll stay tight. So I think you're just going to have to put it on there and then go ahead and just glue it down. Not sure I'm liking that. See, the bow just looks, it doesn't look very bowy. It looks hard and stiff. Okay, maybe we won't even mess with that. That didn't make me happy. We're going to stop. We're going to stop trying to do that one. Let's see if we can make a bow with this. Maybe I don't even want a bow. These are the decisions that that's why I always audition everything. Because I may think it's perfect for the part and then it's not. Oh, that one's broken. So see, that's not even going to be pretty. Okay. Well, I just don't want a bow. I thought I wanted a bow, but I don't want a bow. Unless I make a bow out of some lace. Let's give that a shot. Okay, let's try and see. I must really want a bow because I keep trying different things, but I'm not happy with any of them, so we may not get a bow even if I think I want one. Okay, that was not long enough piece. Okay. Okay. You can always use little snippets of lace other places, so you're not wasting it if you cut too much and have to cut it off. And if you don't, you just got pieces that are this long and you deal with those for whatever your next project is. Okay. Let's see, I like that better. I like that better. And it's really long, but that's okay. Now, do we want to put a button on it to, let's see what we've got. Oh, that one's kind of pretty. It's got some red and green in it, but it's the wrong kind of green. See if we've got one of those might look pretty. I just sew it right over the top of this. Could do that and then glue it down. All right, let's try it. If we get it sewn and we don't like it, we don't have to glue it down. So where's my thread? I got something on the needle already. Oh, it came off the needle. Okay. There it is. Okay. I thought I left that on there, but I must have dumped it right off. This is such tiny little thread and it's so slicky that I'm not terribly surprised it came off. Okay. Now then, let's take this right up through that lace, through the button, and back down. Just like that. And got a thread that didn't come all the way through. There we go. Now we'll go back up through. and then back down. We're gonna persevere here. Okay, I think that's enough to hold it there. It's not like it's gonna be opening and shutting a shirt or something. So okay. All right. Now we're gonna. I'm not sure that that'll glue down and stay put, but we're gonna try it. Oh, probably a hot glue gun would be the best bet, but this has worked on so many things I've glued down that I'm gonna just go ahead and give it a shot. I can always use a glue gun later if this doesn't work. I put too much glue. Okay. I'm gonna need something to keep this flat like that so it'll stay put. Okay. We're gonna just let that sit and hope it'll glue down. All right. Well, I've been doing this long enough. Y'all got the idea of what I'm doing with them, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas of things that you can do. And it's a way to transform everyday things like the tags on your clothes. Um, so when you buy new clothes, don't throw the tags away. You can turn them into something cool. Well, God bless you, and you have a great evening. Bye bye.